Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we are time traveling to one of the most intense moment in the chess history, the 1972 World Championship match between Boris Spassky and Robert James Fischer. The stakes is nothing less than the world title at this moment. We are stepping into the game 10 today and the tension is sky high. Fischer is leading with the score of 5.5 to Spassky's 3.5. He's at a 2-point lead and the pressure is mounting on Spassky. Spassky, the reigning champion, is on the brink. One wrong move and his title could slip away just like this, just like this. Fischer, the unstoppable American prodigy, is just a few steps away from making the history. Will Spassky fight back right now and turn the tide on the Bobby Fischer, or will Fischer continue to create his dominance on the Boris Spassky? So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's dive into the game 10 where the legends were made and Bobby Fischer just got a lead of 3 points. So what happened in this game is Bobby Fischer is with white pieces and with black pieces is Boris Spassky. Robert Fischer goes here for e4 saying ki today I'm not going to go for any surprises. I'm going to go for normal chess game and Boris Spassky is well prepared for it. So what they go is for Rai Lopez. This is a very well known line and now they go for the Morphy defense and this is well known theory. Rook is going to come over here, this attack is going to come over here, bishop is going to go back and this push is going to come somehow. And now see, both the parties are trying to develop the pieces. As I said, bishop is going to come here and now he he tries to go for the solid structure. Bishop is going to come here somewhere and this guy is going to castle and this is what going to happen. And look at this, what I said. And now this h3 move trying to prevent anything coming from over here. So after this, now this is known as a Briar variation, which Boris Spassky was very famous at. What this does is he wants to bring his knight over here, bishop over here, and just resolve all the bad things in the black position right now. So this is his idea. And Robert Fischer is not going to go for any bad stuff. He's just going to go for straight into an assault, saying कि आप जब तक ये मैन्यूवर कर लोगे तब तक मैं सेंटर को स्ट्राइक कर चुका हूँ. And after that, this is a totally equal position. And Boris Spassky just goes for his plan. And Robert Fischer is just going for his plan, trying to develop his pieces. After that, as I said, this bishop is going to come here and this bishop goes to this diagonal, over protecting this pawn. This pawn is always protected thrice and there is nothing bad in this position for this pawn. So now rook comes over here, this bishop is going to move. The simple idea of rook coming over here is to see this pawn is well protected and this bishop is going to move here, trying to protect if anything comes over here. And after this push, as I said, bishop is just going to go back and Bobby Fischer doesn't find anything over here, so he tries to go for a4. And in this position, I don't know how can I explain this move. What happens here is knight comes over here, this pawn just moves here and this knight again goes back. I don't know, somehow this people might have some ideas for this, and this is just again this knight is supporting this push and I can't explain you more about that. So bishop comes over here and the queen comes over here. Now these two moves, you might seem that, oh, what a weird move, what are these people doing over here? But what they are actually doing is Boris Spassky is saying ki whenever this center is going to be exploded, which is going to happen very soon, my queen is going to take the center and your bishop is going to be hanging. So what Bobby Fischer will do is, now we will see, just place rook a to b1 saying ki Boris Spassky, you said that my queen is going to come over here, so my bishop will be hanging because the rook was here, but now my rook is over here and my bishop is very well protected. And also after this rook over here, I am also allowing this kind of stuff over here to break apart your center integrity. So what is going to happen is now Boris Spassky is just going to break the whole center. Pawn takes, and now he's going to take with this pawn. Now again, Boris Spassky takes this pawn with his knight. Was that mandatory? No, they are trying to trade all the pieces of, but if suppose you play something like this, which already happened in some other games, the idea here is just to go here. You say, what kind of idea is this? Aren't you just sacrificing your knight? No, I am not sacrificing my knight, because suppose something like this, then queen takes over here and you have lost a piece over here. And now look at my pieces. This black knight, what is it doing? My queen is again going to come here and assault it. Where is he going to move? He is not going to go back over here. So this is just a bad position and it's already 2.6 over here for white. So you say, I can see a simple move like something like, okay, rook comes to attack over here, but then it just go he's here. And now this knight needs to be protected, so he has only this move to protect his knight. And now what are we going to play? Are we going to play something like this push? स्ट्रेट अवे सेइंग कि आप लेने वाले हो यहाँ पे, ये देने वाले हो मुझे, क्वीन को इन्फिल्ट्रेशन देने वाले हो. Okay, no, he's not going to allow this. He's going to say कि yeah, okay, you cannot take this, but then your queen will be under attack somehow after this move. So now let's develop our bishop for a moment, attacking the queen of Boris Spassky. So queen needs to move, and after this, just take this. And now your queen is hanging. You need to move your queen. Queen moves to h4. This is just one of the lines. So now the knight comes over here. Queen comes here trying to attack this, but this is not going to happen because we have just e5 over here, and now queen needs to move. Suppose he moves something like this, and now this is just bad position. What are you going to play? Oh, no, not he is definitely not going to move that because the knight can totally take that. I'm just thinking too much. So suppose he might try to go for something like this, then just come queen takes c4, king is under attack, king goes here, and you don't make any sense with this pieces over here. So this is what his idea. If he is gonna go for that, you what did I say? After this, if he goes for something like this, so what happens is Boris Spassky sees all this thing and he tries to go for this knight takes over here. Now, as I said, this queen comes over here, which was the plan. But Bobby Fischer, when he played this move, he already prepared this c4 push. So now this comes with an attack, and now you need to move your queen over here. And now Bobby Fischer is going to trade this off. But before that, he takes this knight because he doesn't want his knight to keep attacking the center. And after this takes, he just tries to maintain his structure. You are not going to take this and allow my rook to infiltrate, and then again attack this, again attack this. So he's not going to take that. He just tries to develop his rook over here, saying, I'm going to double attack your knight, and also this pawn is going to be hanging in next two moves. So queen tries to come over here because he's trying to move away from this rook. Okay, and now the knight can move anywhere. And after this, the knight moves, but as the plan, this pawn is hanging right now. And let's see what Bobby Fischer had his own plan by doing this idea. He says bishop is coming over here. Then you say, what is this move? I don't get it. I might take this pawn and just create a double attack and just c4, and this bishop is just going to go back, or where is this bishop going? Like, I don't see anything. But now you will see because Bobby Fischer is trying to attack you. Okay, he's trying to attack me. How can I defend it? Can I just play something like this? No, because after this takes this take, this is going to hang, and again this pressure is gonna come to you. And now again this analysis tab, we have to go here and the load previous analysis again. And where were we? What were we looking at over here? Knight takes a5, we looked at this. Okay, after this takes, yeah, we just saw key why this push doesn't work right now. So what is Boris Spassky gonna do here? Boris Spassky is just gonna protect this like this. Okay, but now what is going to happen? Is the attack over for Fischer? No. He tries to move his knight over here. He's trying to say कि ये attack is rook पे भी है, and now there are three of my pieces are eyeing at this, and this king is not feeling very safe. This is just like the video which I made yesterday on Arjun Erigaisi versus Magnus Carlsen. Look at these three pieces trying to attack. In that moment, Magnus Carlsen had the move which was f3, but here he doesn't have any move like such like moves because you need to move this rook over here. And now what happens is he tries to overprotect this pawn by moving his queen back, try ready to sacrifice the rook, but again you cannot take this rook because this queen is going to be hanging right now. So what is Bobby Fischer here going to do is he going to sacrifice? No, he's going to first attack this rook. Why? Because if you take it, he's just going to go for bishop f7. Now if you take with the queen, your queen is going to hang, and then I'm going to take this. So this is not going to happen. So what is he going to play is he's going to move this rook over here. So is the attack over again? No, definitely not. He's going to sacrifice his bishop now. And that is why we have to look at this game, because if a world champion does this, you have to just watch it. And after this trade, and now this trade, it is significant that you are not going to take with this because this is going to give you a fork, and then after this you're going to take all this stuff. So you're going to take it. So you say, okay, I'm going to take this pawn over here instead. And when you take with the rook, I'm going to take this knight, and again I'm going to move back. And now the question is, how is this endgame winning for white, or how is this endgame winning for black? Because you can see two passers that are going down the board, and you have two rooks for that. And we are going to look at this endgame. This is currently equal, so it's a move for Fischer. Fischer is definitely going to go for this, and attack this pawn from behind. And we can see successfully this black king is trying to get into the center of the board, and now this is attacking this. So what Fischer does here, what Boris Spassky does here is checks the king. So the king is going to move up, and now he again checks this to maintain this structure, and now this pawn can move freely. So after this, Fischer just moves the g3 pawn, saving the check from the black bishop, and after that just b4, saying ki now my pawns are moving ahead. What are you going to do? Fischer just plays g2, king g2, trying to centralize his king again, and now h5. Okay, Fischer now pins this bishop to the king. You have to do something. So what Boris Spassky is going to play is rook a to d1, trying to protect this bishop. Now you cannot take, but now this king is trying to centralize itself, and it's a very, very strong king because it's going to come over here, and this rook now needs to move over from this. So this king moves back, and the king moving back is just an 40th move in this game. And why he can play something like this, but he has to play something quicker, so he just plays this move, and which is totally equal. And he just you have to then think about the whole night about this position, and you can just do whatever you want and decide कि कैसा मुझे इस गेम को कंटिन्यू करना है on the next day. So what happens here is rook is under attack, rook goes behind, and now look at Bobby Fischer is going to bring all his pawns. The pawns are the most critical things in the game of chess. Okay, Boris Spassky is trying to do something over here, and now comes this pawn. Everything is well protected. If you take this, I'm going to take this, and two of my pawns are going to protect all this critical squares. So after this, Boris Spassky tries to open up the center, but no, just wrong. Everything is well protected, and let's see what happens here. So Fischer tries to get mobility for his bishop, but now just rook b5. Look at these minute details that Fischer is identifying the weaknesses. He says if you push, it's straight away losing. You cannot push this because this is under attack, and also you cannot move this pawn. So nothing of your pieces can move over here, and you are kind of in a zugzwang position where you are just losing. And okay, suppose you move your bishop somewhere else, this pawn is anyways losing, so you are in a kind of zugzwang position. Why this is losing? Because you cannot take, because your rook is under attack. So this is a zugzwang, and black has to play this move, unfortunately, and this pawn is lost. Now is this hanging? Yeah, hanging, but you are gonna have to give your rook again. So now Boris Spassky tries to protect this pawn with this bishop, and this is just a strong bishop and pawn pair जिसको तोड़ना लगभग नामुमकिन है. Now Fischer gives this check. King will move over here, and now the thing is that uh, Bobby Fischer is here going to play a move which is king f3, trying to set a trap over here. Okay, my rook is hanging. If you take this, you are going to lose to this checkmate. So this is not going to happen. Boris Spassky is a world champion. He sees everything. What he does is he moves his rook back, trying to make some squares. And now look at Bobby Fischer. He's just trying to trade this rook off because he knows this endgame is winning for him. Look at this. He's just trying to trade this rook off. And Boris Spassky is not ready. He says, I'm going to take draw, but I'm not going to take that rook. So after this, Fischer just got very angry, and he says, yeah, I was just trying something and he's not allowing me. So I'm going to do it with a brutal force, taking this pawn. And now you only have one pawn left, and I have two pawn. I have two rooks, and let's play. So currently what happens here is after this, there is again a threat of this push, and then this is under a check. So he tries to attack this bishop and also to move king, to give it some mobility. After this, pawn moves, and again, can you take this? Yeah, cannot take it because this is an illegal move. So what are you going to play here? Okay, king moves, and now this really is hanging. But after this move, Bobby Fischer plays a move which just makes Boris Spassky to resign, which is just rook b1, what Gotham song is very well known for. And the reason is, if you take this pawn, this is going to come with a check, your rook is going to hang, and this is just a losing endgame because something like this. Okay, yeah, chess.com was like this endgame was so losing, so you should not show it, and just go to the analysis tab again and just load it. That is how bad the Boris Spassky position is right now. And there is some problem that chess.com is not loading right now. Maybe it went to maintenance when I was recording this video. No, it is not. We are again back. After this, suppose something like this after this. So what happens here is, suppose you take this pawn. I am going to give a check. Where are you going to move? This is the only two square available after this. Okay, after this, better luck playing this. Your king is blocked off. This is going to come, and you're just losing this endgame anywhere. So this is where, not even this move. This is where Boris Spassky resigned and Bobby Fischer won his 10th game of the World Chess Championship in 1972. And currently, Bobby Fischer is just 3 points ahead of Boris Spassky, and the things are very, very bad for Boris Spassky. I hope you will love this video. I hope you will share this to the people who watches chess, and I hope I am getting better day by day trying to make this video, and I hope you love this. Just like, share, and subscribe. And until then, take care. Love you. Kalchi ka bhavan.